The number one most important thing to remember while playing the song Holiday is the tempo. Keeping the tempo specifically. If you do not keep the tempo, which goes consistently at 150 beats per minute to 160, then you'll end up messing up the entire band. I can't remember how many times I've come into full band rehearsal and realizing, oh my god, I thought I was playing this at the right tempo, but turns out I messed up the entire band by going more closer to 200 beats per minute than the actual 150 to 160. The number one thing that helped me out later on in practicing night after night was remembering the drum beat. It usually goes like this. Remembering that, especially while playing the melody at the beginning where it's just trombones alongside other brass, was the main thing that helped me when I was playing this. It's how I'm able to keep the tempo throughout the entire song. I'm remembering that drum beat. I'm remembering that headbang, because that's the style here. If you forget that even for a little bit, then you start venturing on into different styles, essentially, without even meaning to. And that's the number one thing that I learned over playing this song for so long. Another thing as well is highlighting and remembering the most important measures. I highlighted in yellow measures 1 to 4 as the trombone solo. Now, while we have the melody there alongside everywhere else in the song, that's the most important part because it's just us. There's nothing else there. It's just us Actually, I think alongside us would be other brass such as French horns, the euphonium, and the trumpet. But it's most important for us as trombones to be able to remember that that's us by ourselves. Through marching band music, we get a lot of those. So getting the experience of remembering that we need to play the most importantly here and keeping up with the tempo at these measures is what matters the most. Now, what matters the second most, in my opinion, is also when we go into backgrounds. Because we can't just be blasting the whole time, because then the others who have the melody are going to be really upset, realizing that they can't even hear themselves play it because all they hear is trombones 1 and 2 blasting D when it's supposed to be mezzo forte. Now, the most important measures to remember are after we go in for those big background runs on measures 19 to 20 and coming right back down. I wrote in a crescendo and decrescendo between those two measures to emphasize the fact that we only get that small bit of action for a little bit and we got to come right back down. Ultimately, we shift between being the melody and also between being the backgrounds. And we can't just be the melody the whole time. No matter how fun it is during a marching band game to just blast, ultimately it ruins the fun for everyone else when everyone's just blasting. Everyone has their own role and everyone has to remember that role while playing this. Now, to backtrack a little bit, remembering that the tempo as well is one of the biggest things. That's why we have a lot of the melody. We got to keep the tempo. The band's trusting us to keep the tempo. So to recap, got to remember the tempo. Got to remember the beat to go along to help you with the tempo, which goes as this. And third, and most importantly, got to remember that when we go into backgrounds, such as whole notes, we're not the melody there. We got to play mezzo forte at the loudest. Since usually it's going to be about 3 to 4 of us plus, usually 5 or 6 occasionally, alongside others such as the tuba, the euphonium, and possibly the French horn who are playing the backgrounds with us, we do not need to play loud. That is a no-go zone. Alright, I know many times Montag has even yelled at us for playing too loud. And that's marching band game. Montag don't usually yell like that. Anyways, that's all, concluding this video.